Good morning everybody. So today's lesson we're going to be building everything up from what we've been doing over the last week and starting to pull it together and plan our letter so that come on Monday we'll be able to then write our letter to your grandparents or whoever you are writing your letter to. Okay, so here is the Waggle that we were looking at to start with. So we can see that it is a letter from Sarah, who is writing to her grandma and her granddad, who live at the Old Vine Tree, 3 Coach Road, Wakefield, WF3 2PT. And we've gone through and we've broken each paragraph down. We can see at the start we've got how are you doing, so we've got a rhetorical informal question. We've then got some opinions, I'm missing you very much, and we've got some flattery to say that what you're missing the most about them to make them feel really good about themselves. You've got some feelings, I'm great, I'm a little under the weather. You've told them what you've been learning at school. She's told them what she's been doing at home. She's told them a recommendation of what her grandparents could do to keep themselves busy as well. And then she's finished it off by saying how much she misses them and can't wait to see them. So you're going to have a go at doing one of these now. We're going to have a look now at our checklist to see if we have got all of that in our letter. So our checklist, so we've got obviously the address at the top, we've got who you're writing to, so dear, or you could have put to. An informal introductory statement, so that was obviously your, it could be your question, it could be something about saying how you're doing. We've got some exciting adjectives, we've got sweet smelling flowers, lovely soft chair, extra special book. Telling your reader what you have been doing, so Sarah has done that. She said what she's been doing at school, at home, over the weeks. Asking the reader questions, so we've got obviously the question at the start, how are you doing? You could put some more in. A mixture of long and short sentences, so using long sentences to add extra detail to give lots of information, and short sentences to have an impact. So for example, Sarah said that when she was saying about the baking, that the baking was delicious. So it's a short, sharp sentence to really add that impact and make them feel really good about themselves. Capital letters to start the names of places and people, so obviously if you're writing who it's from or if you're writing the names of who it's going to, please make sure you've got capital letters. Also for your address, remember if it's the name of a place, it all needs capital letters. Using some generalising words, so things like sometimes, never, always, generally. Remember we have, those are on the slides from the previous lesson, so if you want to pull those up as well so that they're there when you write your letter so that you can use them. Modal verbs, things like might do, may go, should do, could do, you might. So those are all the type of things, especially when you're doing your recommendations, that you could use. And finally, correct informal ending. So obviously Sarah had put lots of love from Sarah, which is informal because you're writing it to somebody that you know rather than somebody you don't know, where you would normally put kind regards. So to plan our writing, to plan our letter, you're going to have, I have put a sheet on C, so I'm going to show the example on the next page of what it will look like. But for this, you will need to tell me your address, the address that it's going to. You're going to put a short informal opening, so you can tell me who it's going to go to. Paragraph 1, you could just bullet point some ideas about what you're going to put in your first paragraph. So it could be your rhetorical question, it could be what you're going to tell your grandparents about, so it could be something to do with school, it could be an opinion in there or a feeling. And then do the same for paragraphs 2 and 3 to write little bullet points. Remember we have already wrote these in the previous lesson, so you can use those to help to plan your letter. And then your lasting comment, you could actually write the comment that you were going to use and the informal ending, so there's lots of love from yourselves. So you could actually write all this down. So I'm going to show you an example of what yours will look like. So you might write something like this. So I have used Sarah's letter to fill in all the information. Now I haven't bullet pointed, but you could bullet point to get more information in. Obviously the more you put in, the easier it will be then as soon as you start to write your letters. So this is what you're on Seesaw that I have put on a template for you to be able to use. Now obviously you don't have to actually use this template, you could just do it in a book at home or on a sheet of paper. Obviously yours will then have lines on it, but this was just in case you wanted to use this template. So obviously you can see that everything that I've just discussed on the last slide, you can now go and fill that in under each of these subheadings, so that come Monday when we're going to start to write it, it's all there for you. Please put as much detail, as many modal verbs, generalisers, adjectives, all that into your plan as well, and it will make it a lot easier to write when we get to Monday.